Hello everybody, this is Danny and Wanda from Deep South Homestead. We are out here today, guys, living our dream.
Yes.
We're actually sitting on a pier that we just finished this week, the floor of it. And it overlooks a pond that Wanda and I wanted when we first got married 7 years ago.
We wanted to be married on a pier overlooking a pond. But when we got together, we met in March and married in July. So there was really no time to build a pond, get a pier built and things like that. Finances weren't there. Lots of issues.
There were just things that were just in the way of actually accomplishing that dream. But because it was a dream, we never gave up on it.
Yep.
We started working toward that goal. Now there was a lot of obstacles that got in the way. And Wanda and I both come out of kind of some rough situations. Now we're not going to sit here and go back over that because we talked about that in our live stream.
Yeah, you can go watch that. And
yeah, that was on the 18th, July the 18th live stream. You can go watch that. You'll see a lot of our life. And then we have the Grounded series with Empty Hammock where we talk about our life. And then we have several different things in playlists that talks about how we met, our life, the things that we faced in our life.
It's called Danny and Wanda's Story. It's a playlist. And you guys can just type in Danny and Wanda's Story, Deep South Homestead. It should come up.
Guys, today is our anniversary. And this pond, now it's not full. We just had it finished this week. It's about 3 feet deep right now just from groundwater.
And it's a spring-fed pond, and that's pretty awesome.
That's pretty awesome. It's spring-fed, and I have a marker in it out here, and it tells me if it's going up or if it's going down. And right now, it's staying maintained at a particular level, which we're excited about that. But guys, this was our dream.
Yes, 7 years ago.
And we decided to make our dreams come true, and it took some time to make it happen.
A lot of hard work.
A lot of hard work. Really was a lot of hard work. But
buckling down, not just blowing money on anything, putting it to where we knew we wanted it instead of spending it on frivolous things.
Yeah, because money can so easily slip through your fingers. It's like sand. It can just fall through your fingers and you don't even really realize you've spent it. And then at the end of the year you go, wow, I made that much money and I don't have anything, you know. But we tried our best to really watch every penny that we spent. And I think we've done a fair job. I mean, there's probably areas that we could have done better in. But right now, today being our anniversary, we're able to sit back and say, you know what? We made it. You know?
We did what we set out to do. Even though we didn't have a set time, we didn't say 7 years from now we hope to do this.
No.
We just said we want a pond one day.
One day when we financially get there.
And even 2 months ago, we still said one day we want a pond. About 3 weeks ago, we looked at each other and said, you know, do we want to do this right now? And I said, let's do it.
Let's do it.
And we had to wait a couple of weeks on the guy, and he got here, and he's done a fabulous job. Lance was awesome, so we appreciate him making our anniversary come true.
He did. He made our anniversary. Now, he's a pastor. You know, that's one thing I like about it. He's a pastor. He's a supervisor. He's a dear friend of mine.
Great guy.
Great guy. And guys, not only when we talk about living our dream, we're going to be putting bass and brim in this pond. We had originally thought about catfish, and I just didn't know how they would all function well together. And I told Wanda, I said, because we have cows, we really could use a stock pond in the front. Well, when we started to do the stock pond, it ended up turning into a lot larger than what we anticipated.
A lot deeper, maybe.
A lot deeper. So what we've decided now is, for our anniversary, we don't only get one pond, we're going to have 2 ponds. One will be catfish and brim in the front and carp. And this one will be bass, brim, and a few carp back here to keep it clean around the edges. So
And one thing is, Danny's always fished. He all his life
Yeah.
he's loved fishing. Since we've been married, he's went one time with my dad before he passed away. And so fishing has been his life. He wants to get back into it, but there's not that many places to just go and trust the fish, you know, whether they're good fish. Mine is, water is life for us.
Water is life.
And I love water.
When I married Wanda, Wanda told me that water was her life. She literally loved beaches. She loved watching the water. She liked to just sit and watch the water.
Yeah.
And guys, this is a dream of hers coming true, because water is life. Without water, we cease to exist.
Yeah. And y'all, I can sit and watch this water. It may look mucky and yucky to some of y'all, but I see life in this water.
Oh yeah.
Even though it is just this deep or whatever, it's water that will give us life. Water has medicinal purposes.
Yes.
Healing purposes. It can be food for us. I mean, all those things. So water is life.
Water is life. And because water is life, Wanda and I have a Native American background. And I'm pretty heavy into that.
And I did his genealogy, and when we first got together before YouTube, I did his genealogy.
Yeah.
And I found things that he did not even know about his own family history. And when we were deciding to name our pond, we did a lot of research into a lot of things. We had a lot of people give us ideas, really great ideas. We considered lots of them.
Yeah.
But nothing fit.
Nothing just seemed to fit.
And last week, we were sitting, I don't know, I came across something, and when I did, it popped up, and I told Danny, I said, okay, that's it. That's not the name of the pond, but I want this sign on our pond.
It's a meaning. We decided to choose a Cherokee word because Cherokee is part of my background.
And mine.
And Wanda's. She has Cherokee in her background. So we decided to choose a Cherokee name for this.
For a sign that will go up here. This is not the name of the pond.
It's not the name of the pond, but it is what we were just talking about. Water is life. In Cherokee is Ama Ganita. And we're going to have a sign made that hangs right up here that says water is life, Ama Ganita. Right up here.
And it will have the Cherokee writing.
It'll be wrote in Cherokee language.
Yes, it will have all three things. The English spelling, water is life. It will have the Ama Ganita on it in our letters.
In our letters.
Then it will have the Cherokee letters.
Yeah.
So that will be our special sign that will hang up as people come up, because water is life. It brings us joy. It brings us happiness, and it will be healing.
And because our place here was originally called by another name when we and Wanda first started it years ago, about 7 years ago, we named this place Bluebird Farm. Because I have promoted the growth of bluebirds here tremendously. You know, I love the bluebirds. They eat insects. They're very beneficial for the gardens and all this stuff. And as a result, Wanda came up with the idea of a name for it.
Well, we were sitting out, and if you saw at the beginning of the video, the bluebirds landing in the tree up here, and they would fly out and catch the bugs. We had a friend from YouTube that has been with us since the beginning.
Since the beginning, I'm pretty much. She's been with us since the beginning. I'm pretty sure.
The I Am of Me.
Yep, the I Am of Me.
And she sent us a bluebird, almost within the first year, I'd say.
Yeah.
And every year she sent us something with bluebirds, something. And as we were thinking of names, all the names were wonderful. But she said, call it, I don't remember what she said, bluebird something, either pond or some lake or something another. And pond just didn't fit it.
Right.
Danny kind of went overboard a little.
I kind of went overboard as far as it being called. It's a little bit bigger than a pond.
So I told him I like to use the word lake. And Lake Bluebird just didn't fit really. It just didn't sound right. So we turned it around. It is Bluebird Lake. It just seemed to fit.
Yeah.
what we wanted to say here at Deep South Homestead.
So, guys, it is called Bluebird Lake, and I think we're going to settle with that. I think it's going to fit very well. I will be placing more Bluebird houses around the edges of it. Now, they have to be like every 100 yards apart, and we have plenty of room because the pond is well over 100 yards long. We don't have to worry about that. So I'll probably put 3 or 4 of them around it just to help promote it even more and to help keep eating the insects that are around.
Yeah, they eat the mosquitoes. We've had a lot of people say, is it going to be a mosquito haven? And
it's not going to be a mosquito
hope
haven.
not.
No, it's because mosquitoes only live in stagnant water. This thing is spring fed, plus it will have fish in it. It will have an ecosystem. Mosquitoes live where there's no ecosystem.
And plus, we're talking about an aerator of some sort.
Yeah.
So we will have something to give it some life, because water is life. We're going to give our water life.
We're going to give it life. I mean, it's already infested with frogs.
Yeah, that was so cool.
So, I mean, if you watched our O-Light video where we were talking about our new O-Light we got, we were shining the frogs, and you could hear them in the background. They're just everywhere. Not just bullfrogs, tree frogs, rain frogs, all kinds of frogs. And when I come out in the mornings, I see them hopping across the bank, poof, jumping into the water. As a matter of fact, I've already seen 2 since I've been sitting here.
And the dragonflies were here immediately.
Yeah.
So they've been darting around. Like we said, the bluebirds. It's amazing to see the ecosystem just come together around a body of water.
It is. It's amazing to watch it come to life, because without that here, there was no life.
I mean, they existed. Yeah, it was already here.
You could hear the frogs at night. You could hear them out here in the grass that we had planted in this holler here where the cows would eat. But it wasn't a system.
And you couldn't see them. You couldn't watch them. And Danny and I want to be able to sit out and enjoy. And we really thought about today renewing our vows today. But we don't need to renew our vows.
No, I don't need to renew my vows.
I think they're pretty solid.
Ours pretty solid, yeah. I don't think we have to worry about that.
So we thought we would just sit here and talk to you, tell you, wow.
Wow, that bird almost flew into the camera. I mean,
that
he just
was awesome.
That was awesome. He just almost hit the camera.
So, you know, we are building our little piece of heaven on earth for as long as we're here. And it may all go away next week. But it's about the journey, guys.
It is.
It's about getting there and then having the time to enjoy it.
Yeah, because it's foolish to build something and never enjoy it. And that's what we're doing here now. We have 2 greenhouses right behind us right here. We have a cabin on the hill. We have a lake in the front. We have a nice pond being built in the other, in the back here. We have a nice pond being built in the front. And guys, the wildlife is around us abundantly.
The trees, the fruit trees are just hanging with fruit.
Yeah.
That's what people can't get over when they visit this time of the year. You can walk around our property, pick something off the tree and eat it, or pick it off a berry. You can go in the greenhouse and pick something up and eat it. There's usually something in our yard 365 days a year. I don't think anybody has ever come visited, no matter what time of the year, that I have not handed them something to try. So there is sustainable life here on our homestead.
Not that we've opened our gates up for anybody right now because of the virus, but guys, we're gradually shutting down, working our way toward enjoying our dream, and this is the first phase of it.
Yes.
That we're actually getting implemented going here. So
and we hope to take you guys along on a journey of us gradually build. I mean, we've been showing you how we build things and how we do things. I'll be 59 this year.
Yeah.
He will be 60 next week, and we still do these things. We have physical issues. We do things little by little, and we get it done. And there's no excuse for anybody. Yes, you have physical issues, but you can do something.
Something, yeah.
And you can start growing something, even in a pot. And we encourage people, even with your limited disabilities, do something. And enjoy your dreams. If you have a dream, try to make it come true.
Make it happen.
Little by little, gradually work your way toward that dream. That's what we did.
That's what we've done. You know, we figured with our physical infirmities that we were having, that we'd never be able to accomplish much of anything. But guys, through persistence, it's kind of like the rabbit and the tortoise, through just being persistent and
Yes.
not quitting and not giving up. You know, yeah, I've been in and out of the hospital. There's been things happen, but we just kept plugging along. We just kept plugging along, and we finally, I think we're finally going to reach our goal.
Yes. And you know I love you.
And I love you, and I think that's the key. Wanda and I, now this is the crazy thing that most people can't get past. Wanda and I are around each other 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. We're never apart, other than if I'm outside doing something and she's inside doing something, or if I run to the neighbors. Other than that, we go to town together. We do everything together, and most people are like, oh my God, I couldn't stand my spouse if I was around them that much. Well, we don't have that kind of a relationship.
No, and
We actually love one another.
and the deal is, now I can't hardly make videos with him around if I'm doing a Crazy Days video, so
Yeah.
I run him out of the house.
She will run me out of the house when she's doing a video.
It's just a mental block I have. But if I need to do something and he's in the way, I just say, look, go find you something to do. And
Yeah.
he's okay with that.
I'm okay
he
with that.
understands
I understand
what
it.
I'm telling him.
Yeah.
And if he's working with something and I'm talking to him, he's like, okay, just a minute. Because he's trying to figure something. He doesn't want me talking and messing up his figuring. Because he went to school at Stone County.
Yeah. No.
No, but we do respect each other in that way, and we don't yell and scream at each other because one of us needs that little privacy.
Right.
We respect each other
We
in that.
respect each other's rights. And so guys, we just thought this morning on our anniversary we'd take you out here on to a little bit of a journey with us as we sit here on our deck and we enjoy the morning. Now, don't think for one moment that we just came out here and sit down. We've already been working for 2 hours.
Yeah, I had to go change clothes. This is actually what I wore when we got married,
Yeah.
and I can still wear my wedding
And she
dress.
can still wear her wedding dress.
But I've done painted the bottom of the deck,
Yeah.
and we'll showcase that at some point when I get the rest of it done and we get the swing and we get all of it together.
Yeah.
We'll start doing some more videos on that gradually. We'll do, we've got things coming up, a greenhouse tour.
Yeah.
Possibly tomorrow, a nighttime greenhouse tour.
Something we've never done is one at night, and we're doing one at night.
9 o'clock at night, we needed to do some things, so we went out and,
We actually didn't get to the greenhouse until 9 o'clock
Yeah.
at night.
so I hope you guys enjoyed a little bit about what we're doing here, our new names, our new sign. The sign will be made within the next 2 or 3 weeks. We'll have it up. And hopefully we'll have the swing and everything up within the next week or two.
If the Lord's willing and I'm able to keep going, we're going to try to get this thing framed up here. It's
And I
over
think
us.
y'all will like the colors. I think you'll see where Deep South is going with colors and the, I don't know, what do you call it, the compatibility of everything.
Yeah, everything will blend together well here at
In the
Deep South
future.
in the future. We have a, like Wanda said, we have a color scheme, and we're actually working on a particular color scheme. We want all things natural, as close to nature as possible. So we're kind of making it blend in with everything around here.
And over the next couple of years, if the Lord's willing for it to happen, there'll be a lot of changes that will happen here. And that little bluebird keeps going back and
And
forth.
that little bluebird, there's a bluebird right here. He just keeps coming in and
And
out.
if we're willing to keep working at it,
If the Lord gives us our health and finances and stuff where we can afford to, we have a few more projects we want to accomplish before we actually shut down and say, you know what,
enough's enough.
enough's enough, and be able to just live.
And we're going to live during that time because we're coming
Yeah.
out here probably just about every night we can.
Yeah,
Sit out here. There's going to be nights we're going to be over at the cabin. This winter we hope to spend a lot of time
Yeah.
at the cabin because we love the fire.
right.
We just love sitting there and enjoying it. And we've got a lot of projects in the cabin. We've put them off to get the greenhouses and the ponds done.
Yeah,
And we'll be back on the cabin this fall.
This fall we should be back on projects on the cabin, yeah.
Danny's gradually working on the kitchen. He's got a few more doors, and I just don't want to showcase the kitchen until it's done.
Yeah.
He's doing one door at a time.
Yeah, I basically just have a moment to work and I go make a door, you know,
Yeah.
but okay guys, so I hope that you all have been able to enjoy a little bit about what we're talking about in our journey. I pray that it is an encouragement to others to not give up on your dreams and not give up on your goals, because this one has been 7 years in the making and we finally have achieved it. And I'm just praying that the talk today, the video, for us is more of an encouragement for someone else to just not give up on life and not give up on your dreams. So guys, thank y'all so much for being with us today on our anniversary. Thank you from Deep South Homestead.
Bye, guys. What do you think? Danny and Wanda sitting in a tree?
Well, there's 2 bluebirds up there. There's 2 of us.
And this is Lake,
I actually see 3 of them up there.
yeah, there was 3.
That one come down to the bluebird box right here.
We have 2 bluebirds now in a tree. Bluebird Lake. We're sitting here watching these bluebirds.
That's our name.
You see it? Bluebird Lake.